Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche La NBA, an annual tradition in the NBA celebrating diversity and culture, and always a pleasure to bring it to you. I'm Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson, and in just a moment, we'll hear from our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Cameron Thomas.
And the trend is exactly what you want to see, consistently moving up. Not only is he improving his own skills year to year, he's been more and more confident in letting the offense come from him out there.
So the Nets starting five. Thomas on the wing, he's joined by Porter. Then there's Demon. Then there's Nicholas Claxton. And it's Clowney in at the power forwards position. And for the Heat, they've got Adebayo. Bird is out there with Hero. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Jaquez in at the power forward. Greg, no secret that these teams don't like each other. Could things get a little chippy tonight?
It would not surprise me at all, Kevin. These teams, not only fierce rivals, but there's a little bit of animosity for one another. Throw in the fact that both these teams play in the same conference. Yeah, I'd say the spirits might be high tonight.
Now, here is Bird. Lets the three fly. Buries the long-range jumper. MP's got the first 3 points of the night up on the board for Miami. And MP is in the midst of what could be a historic season. He's the frontrunner for Rookie of the Year.
And the MVP award looks like a real possibility. Hard to believe a first-year player could have that kind of impact, especially as a second-round pick. This is a once-in-a-generation moment.
Now, here's Adebayo. Yep, it counts.
And inside is where Bam is at his best. He knows how to outwork the other guys in the paint.
Here's Demon. 11 points last game. Inside. Outside for Thomas. 6 on the shot clock. Launches it. Thomas with another miss.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Bird looking it over. And again, it's Miami with a three.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Pass to Thomas. Claxton a screen on Hero. Here's Demon. Shot clock at 5. Will it go? Back to Thomas. Shoots over Hero. They get it back. Here's the screen. And Thomas is good for 3.
This is the kind of range Thomas has, which is why you must get out on him immediately.
And we hear a lot about 6'11" Nick Claxton's effect on defense. RJ, what's your opinion?
Well, it's not just his rim protection, but he can pop out and affect shots in the mid-range. He guards multiple positions well, and his defensive versatility, oh, that's not easy to come by.
Misses off the left iron. Last game for Brooklyn, it was a loss to the Heat in Miami. Adebayo, no good, shot missing. Good defense by Claxton. Porter with it. And Jaquez picks him up defensively. Pass to Demon. With the drive, and the basket is good.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Good on the three-point shot. MP's got 9.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Pass to Clowney. It's stolen by Adebayo. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. And the dunk by Powell.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Yeah, once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
Here's Demon. Bird covering. Outside, Porter. Pass to Claxton. Over Adebayo. Claxton no good.
Decent look from mid-range. You almost have to take that shot to keep the defense honest.
Adebayo with the elbow. Back to Bird. Powell the pass to Jaquez. Now here's MP. And it's Miami with another.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Nets trail by 10. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Bird. Over Demon. Again, the Heat good for 2.
And you look at this scoring outburst by MP. What's incredible is he still has room to grow.
To the paint. Nets passing it around. Demon, that's good.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
And Eric Spoelstra wants a timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. And a new group getting ready for Miami. Khalil Ware's checked in for Adebayo. Andrew Wiggins comes in for Jaime Jaquez. Simone Fontecchio, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And Davion Mitchell subbed in for Hero. And so MP will bring it up for Miami. And this team has been on a very impressive 17-game winning streak. They are red hot right now.
There is a lot of players who will say they don't take notice of a budding winning streak. But when it's double digits, everyone knows. Winning streaks are a lot harder than people think because every single team wants to be the one to take you down.
And here's Porter following the three-pointer by MP. 5 on the clock. It's Thomas outside. And Ware pulls it down.
Just an ugly show for him offensively. Yep, no way to describe it, just ugly, and that hasn't helped.
MP kicks to Wiggins. Back to MP. Fires the three. Drills the three-pointer. MP's got 19 points.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
There's Thomas with the three.
Okay, let's just say it. This has been an ugly quarter for him. Not quite a break a mirror ugly, but it's getting there.
On the wing, Wiggins. And the Heat, another three.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Outside, Porter. To end the run. Out of bounds. Next ball as Brooklyn keeps possession. Brooklyn with the ball. Trailing by 19. Just 3 to shoot. Three-pointer. Martin. It's not going to go for him. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Heat out front, up 19. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And let's get your take, guys, on the... MP passes to Mitchell. Bird outside. Here's Ware. Good, and it's MP picking up the assist. Ware's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Nets put on a show. He scored 53 points and hit a bunch of threes. No surprises there. Such an impressive effort. The team relied on him, and he delivered.
Hey, Allie, thanks for the great report. It certainly was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
And it's very likely that he and his guys can carry that momentum into this one.
And Miami making a change here. Heroes checked in, and the Nets making a change here as well. Claxton's checked in. Pass to Demon. There's the triple. Rebound by the Heat. And this is their first time matched up with Brooklyn this year.
And they dropped the season series to these guys a year ago. Not their proudest moment.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And RJ, you played 7 seasons in a Nets uniform. The most with any of your teams.
Yeah, it was a great way to start my career consistently in the playoff picture. It was really the most sustained success that the franchise has enjoyed.
Shoots. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got 3 assists in the game. Well, it was Miami winning their last game against the Brooklyn Nets. Pass to Porter. Here's Demon. Back to Porter. Claxton a screen on Powell. Porter, no luck.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And here is MP. It's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game. Lets it go from deep. Sinks the three-pointer. MP's got 7 now in this quarter.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
And so, Jordi Fernandez decides to call timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. And some changes here for the Heat. Adebayo is checked in for Khalil Ware. And it's Jaime Jaquez in for Norman Powell. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Thomas checked in for Terrence Mann. For Brooklyn, they've gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. Pass to Clowney. Down low. Outside Thomas. On the wing, Porter. And the Nets miss again. Miami's gone 7 of 9 on three-pointers tonight. Outstanding mark from long range. Bird passes to Jaquez. And a wide-open look for Hero. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm. And you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Pass to Thomas. Here's Porter. A special move before the shot.
And he's just adept at scoring in so many ways. It's clear Porter very comfortable operating inside.
Back to MP. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. You look at Houston. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And you know, right now for Miami, they've got to be the top pick to win the title. To be ranked #1 at this late stage of the season, it shows you they've got plenty left in the tank come postseason.
Khalil Ware's checked in for Wiggins. And it doesn't seem like the analytics folks are often fans of the mid-range jumper. But Richard, where do you stand on that?
Well, I think great players have to use the mid-range jumper because most teams are protecting the paint and the three-point line. So for the best players, the shot creators, the guys that need to score buckets, they've got to have an in-between game.
Here's Thomas, and then Thomas with the jam.
Thomas is drawing attention, and rightfully so. Then he finishes it with a nice dish.
MP kicks to Adebayo. There's Hero with the 3. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got his 5th rebound in this one. Jaquez with the steal. To the middle. Ware passes to Hero. Now Hawkins. The three from MP. Drops in the tray. MP's got 29.
Testing the limits of his range. MP with the absolute missile.
Now here's Thomas. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Clock at 6. Here's Demon. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
And so it's Miami in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We've got more in store for you right after this. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
Miami leading by 23, and Brooklyn looking who they've got. Porter and Clowney up in the forward spots. Guard spots filled by Demon and Thomas. And it's Claxton in at the 5 spot. The 3 from MP. Connects from three-point range. MP's got 32 points.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Powell on the double team. There's Porter with the 3. Powell pulls it in.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Porter against Bird. There's Hero with the 3. Great play by Bird to set it up. MP's got 4 assists now tonight.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Thomas, no luck.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Pass to Hero. Over Demon. And the Heat get another bucket right there.
A clean start to the half for them, knocking down their first 3 shots.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
To the inside. Here's Hawkins. And he makes that one.
They are on fire right now. That's 4 straight makes.
And the foul called on MP. That's foul number 2 for him. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Pass to Demon. To the middle. Here's Clowney. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
It's Powell on the wing. MP outside. Adebayo with a screen on Porter. He had a nice open look right there. Powell's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Outside Porter. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to go on Norman Powell.
And at 6'10", Porter is a threat to score inside, which is why the defense trying to rough him up a bit.
The first one falls.
And you can tell Porter Jr. wants to keep getting better, and that's one reason why this team is still so high on him.
He's perfect from the line this time. And here's MP. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. It's off to Charlotte for him after this game as they take on the Hornets. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. And the Heat, another three.
MP is a cool customer from three. Great form from the up-and-coming player.
Left side, Porter. Pass to Claxton. Claxton sets the screen for Thomas. Clock at 4. The Nets need to get a shot off here. And it's Demon missing. And it's Miami's ball. They're on a 16-6 run. Here's Adebayo. Good, and it's MP picking up the assist. Adebayo's got his second basket.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
And Clowney can't get it to go. The Heat have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the field here in the third, coming out of the break very hot. Adebayo with the bucket.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the NBA keeping an open mind. Commissioner Adam Silver said, quote, "This is the only league that plays 48 minutes. I'm a fan of 10-minute quarters. A 2-hour format is more consistent with modern television habits, but it's such a dramatic change. Something like that would have to be talked about over time." Back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you for the report. On the wing, Porter, guarded by Powell. Hero against Thomas. Count that bucket. Thomas got his third bucket of the night.
Muscling it home, Cam finds a way on that offensive end.
Bird outside. Three-pointer. And again, it's Miami with the three.
They're in strong position coming down the stretch, and he is a big reason why.
Brooklyn's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third, still 0 for 3. Thomas against Hero. Outside Thomas. Takes the three. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Defense kind of rolled the dice there, and I'm a little surprised that it ended up going their way with the miss.
Here's Demon, defended by Bird. Porter looking it over. It's hauled in by the Heat. Bird's got 6 rebounds in the game. To the paint, here's Hackett. Good, and the assist goes to MP. Bird's got his 8th assist here tonight. Nets shooting pretty terrible here in the third quarter at around 30%. Here's Demon, covered by MP. Thomas against Hero. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires from 18. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
Well, his shooting is unfortunately not helping things, and his lackluster accuracy is probably the thing that's keeping them behind.
The three from MP. The three-pointer is right on target. MP's got 44.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And, of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
And so it's Miami, holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. And with as many three-pointers as they've drained, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. So with Bird sitting on the bench, this is who... forgotten it. But when you go back to that time, what was the key in your adjustment process?
Well, one thing that really helped me out is I played 3 years of high-level college basketball. Most rookies don't get that experience, and it makes it a little bit harder for them to transition to the pro game.
The Heat making a switch here. Bird's checked in. Pass to Wiggins. Here's the three. Brooklyn with the rebound. Claxton's got his 6th rebound on the night. There's Porter with the three. Good on the triple.
You have got to guard Porter as soon as he crosses half court. His range is limitless.
Mitchell outside. Here's Fontecchio. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
And that one's good by Porter. Porter's got 5 points in the quarter.
Something seemed to click for him at halftime. He's looked a lot more focused, and the game is just easy for him now.
The three. Andrew Wiggins pulls it in. Miami's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Back to MP. From the arc. Sinks the triple. MP's got 47 points.
I mean, no comment, but this is just unreal.
And Claxton throws it down.
I tell you what, he's showing some real courage going to the reverse in that situation.
You know, I don't think he knows you're not supposed to do that in traffic. Mitchell finds Bird. From downtown, and good, he hits it again.
Once again, this guy cannot be stopped.
It is incredible. He's nearing 2nd overall in career 50-point games. And still going strong.
Chasing the incomparable Michael Jordan. I mean, that comparison alone should give you chills.
Mitchell dishes to MP. Wiggins kicks to MP. This one for 3. Thomas grabs the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Not just a scorer, Thomas also shows he's a capable passer.
And there's 1:45 left in the fourth quarter. In the corner, it's Wiggins. Back to MP. From past the arc. And good! There's another.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Heat.
This is a game where the defense, Steele specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And the wins continue to come in fairly easy for these guys in what's been a very strong year, to say the least. Tonight will push them up to 56 wins.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And when you look at the huge impact he has, just a monster game for MP.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Pass to Ware. At the top of the key, Mitchell. Out to the right wing. And here's MP for 3. The offensive rebound. Fontecchio finds Bird. Good ball movement here by Miami. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Claxton. Here's Demon. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
Now, let's go to our sideline reporter, Dominic Hamill.
I'm here with MP, fresh off the win and a double-digit rebounding performance. You talked about the need for this team not only to win games, but to make the other team feel you. Did you do that tonight?
Yeah. This is what I was getting at. We want to be winning playoff games, and that's a whole different beast. So we got to start making teams uncomfortable, refs uncomfortable, rebounding and fouling. Got to bring that edge every night, every game.
That's what you do, MP. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thanks, Tom. And that'll wrap it up, folks. With Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, and along with Allie LaForce on the sideline, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching tonight's NBA coverage. We'll see you next time.